Tim, it all starts with snoring. And the typical story is the spouse complains about the snoring. And that leads to the patient being referred to me, usually by the spouse, sometimes by their primary care doctor. And once they come in, we're able to talk to them, diagnose them very quickly, Tim, with the new equipment that's available, and more importantly, to treat them very quickly to get their problems with snoring and sleep apnea treated in a timely fashion.
What are the symptoms people need to be aware of for sleep apnea?
Anytime a person has symptoms suggestive of sleep apnea, they have to be aware of these symptoms. Do they snore? Are they overweight? Are they obese? Do they have high blood pressure, diabetes? Do they wake up gasping for air, short of breath, or even a funny sensation in their throat that arouses them from sleep? I hear about these symptoms all the time, and frequently when we test them, we find that they have this serious medical condition called sleep apnea.
If you or your sleep partner snoring like this, it's time to call Dr. John Krehlik, Alaska's sleep doctor. Sleep testing is easy and can be done in the comfort of your own home. Call Dr. Krehlik today. No matter where you are in Alaska, Dr. Krehlik fixes snoring. Before Dr. Krehlik? After Dr. Krehlik.
I've met people a lot of times who say, I am tired, I snore horribly, I've got my wife complains about me cutting logs, doing all these. You need to get yourself checked. I mean, you just need to go do it because it's the quality of life. I mean, if I'm just so exhausted that I can't enjoy a movie, I can't see the whole thing because I fall asleep. If I am driving down the highway and I'm a danger to myself and others because I might just doze off at the wheel, those kind of things, it could just be solved by having a simple test done in the comfort of your own home. Get yourself checked out, get treated in a week. It's, what is there to lose?
Tim, this device has revolutionized the way we diagnose sleep apnea. It's tiny, it's simple. The patient takes it home, puts it on one night, brings it home the next day, and we diagnose a very important disease called sleep apnea. And it is so simple to use, my patients just rave about it. It used to be years ago that people could only get diagnosed, Tim, by going into a fancy, expensive sleep laboratory. And across Alaska, that was not always easy to do. Most of these sleep laboratories were in the major population centers. And we have patients in smaller towns and villages all across the state of Alaska that we can mail this out to patients. They apply it themselves overnight, do a one-night test, and we can make that critical diagnosis.
The home test that Dr. Krehlik gave me was extremely easy. I mean, it was just putting one thing on your finger, and then it was putting the little electronic thing just laid.
Little box?
Yeah, it was just a little box. You just laid on your chest, and you just went to sleep. And that was pretty much it. There was no wires to hook up to your head or your feet or anything else. I mean, it was extremely easy. You didn't really have to figure it out. It was pretty self-explanatory. So that was really all there was to it. And then you just went to sleep. You brought it in the next day, and then they got all the information on it, and that's when he realized that I was severe sleep apnea, and that really surprised me that I was to that point.
Snoring can be a sign of a medical condition called sleep apnea. Left untreated, this can lead to serious medical consequences. The good news, diagnosis can be performed in your own home, no matter where you are in Alaska. Call us now for more information or visit us at alaskasleepdoctor.com.
If you or your partner snores, remember Dr. Krehlik fixes snoring.
Before I met and came for treatment to Dr. Krehlik, my wife and I were having some difficulties in our relationship, and it had to do with me keeping her up at night with my snoring. And so it all started with snoring, and I didn't realize at that time how bad it was, but of course in this day and age, my wife took her iPhone that she always has handy, and she took a video of me and recorded the audio of my terrible snoring, and I was surprised when she, confronted me with that, and she said, "You don't think you snore, Dave, but I've got proof that you do." And so that was concerning to me. I put it off for probably about a year. I went a year, and we got into a routine where I would wake up in the middle of the night and she'd be gone, and I'd find her sleeping on the, I'm going to get emotional now, because
That's okay.
She'd be gone. She'd be down in the living room on the couch. And I started feeling bad about that, because my wife was, we've only been married about 5 years. We both got married late in our lives, first marriage for both of us. I was 52 years old when I got married for the first time. I love my wife very much. She's very precious to me. And so it started to hurt me that she would feel the need to leave because of my snoring and keeping her up. It wasn't funny. It was hurtful.
It is so rewarding to see not only the patients, but the patients' spouses to really appreciate what treating sleep apnea and snoring can do, not only for their medical conditions, but also for their relationships.
How long till I knew that I had sleep apnea? It was one of those things where you'd go to bed, sleep 7, 8, 9 hours, wake up exhausted. I'd stop moving at any time, sit on the couch or at my desk for any length of time. If I stopped, I'd doze off. In fact, the time I knew I was really in trouble is that I was live on the air, went to a commercial break, dozed off, woke up after 2 minutes of dead air and realized we might have a problem. Go see Dr. Krehlik.
Snoring can be a sign of a medical condition called sleep apnea. Left untreated, this can lead to serious medical consequences. The good news, diagnosis can be performed in your own home, no matter where you are in Alaska. Call us now for more information or visit us at alaskasleepdoctor.com.
If you or your partner snores, remember Dr. Krehlik fixes snoring.
Dr. Krehlik is very personable, very down to earth, and is very informative. He answered all my questions and continues to see me and follow up occasionally. So he wants to make sure that things are still going well.
I'm 59 years old, and I've been putting this off my whole life. And to come to the realization that you've got sleep apnea to the point where you're stopped breathing 64 times within 60 minutes. I mean, that's a wake-up call. Say, something's got to happen.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Krehlik, Alaska Sleep Doctor, with a reminder that if you or your sleep partner snore, I'm ready to help.